Come with me as I go to Arkadelphia for a conference for my job. And this is my vehicle that I'll be traveling in, okay? So now that I've made it to my hotel, of course, we always got to check it out. And so I have that extra door there. And then, of course, the bathroom when you come in. I was fighting to get the lights on, but that's okay. And, it has the main things, the sink, toilet, tub. I did like the fact that it had body wash and shampoo and conditioner in the shower. Okay. And make sure that door right there is locked. And so this here little kitchenette area had the stuff so that you can go and get some ice if I needed to go get ice, a microwave, a coffee pot, single serve, and a refrigerator. Alrighty. I make my way to the room. This here is like a dresser. They don't want you to stay too long, honey. Look at that. That is too small. And then, of course, the room had double beds. It was just me. I didn't have any roommates. So, yeah. And then I don't know what that other little area is. I guess it's like a reading nook because it had a little lamp. And, so as we walking out, I was on my way to go and have dinner. So I walked down the hall of the hotel, went to the elevator to go and get dinner. And I went to this place called The Barn. And, I recommend, I guess it was okay, but I did not try it. I did not like the service. So I decided to go somewhere else. I went here to Walking Tacos. And here's the menu. I got the spicy shrimp taco. It was a combo meal, so it came with 2 tacos and some kind of a Mexican rice. I really enjoyed it, but that my Mexican rice needed something extra to it, so I used the sauce from my tacos, and it hit the spot. Now that thick sauce right there, that green thick sauce, that wasn't too good, but the there's some loose looking sauce on the other side, and I liked that, and I did put that all over my taco. But so I would definitely recommend going to Walking Tacos. Child, I finished it all. There it go right there. The rest of that loose green sauce, that was good. All right, so then I decided to go and find the school that I would be at, Washita Baptist University, and got an opportunity to see the school, see where I would be for the conference, and just look at the grounds overall. It's actually a nice school. It is a private institution, and so alrighty. Now, I always like a good hotel that personalized the service. Honey, it says, "Welcome, Leslie," and then "Bon voyage, Leslie," okay? Honey, and for breakfast that next morning, they had a full bar. Now, this hotel had sugar-free syrup for the waffles. Most hotels barely have waffles, let alone any type of sugar-free syrup. But then you also had like the toaster to do bagels. There's a fruit bowl, of course, with the microwave. Honey, you got juice. And I was trying to figure out how to get to that. And I saw it, figured it out. And then there was milk yogurt so that you could fix a bowl of cereal if you chose to. Then they had these toppings here if you wanted to make like a parfait with your yogurt. That was very interesting. And then they even got oatmeal over here, honey. I was like, this is new, honey, this hotel. Okay, then they had these turkey and sausage sandwiches and a sausage cheese sandwich. And then it was scrambled eggs, boiled eggs, shredded cheese. They had all kind of stuff. All right, so this is my conference. Honey, it got cold in the conference, and I had to go take a walk. I had to go outside the building to warm up. And I don't know if you're familiar with the Little Rock area, but it also has a walking trail. And so I was surprised to see that this school has a walking trail to get the students from main campus basically to student housing, honey. And so that was absolutely one of the most interesting things to me, to see that this institution has this walking trail. And this walking trail is, so instead of the students having to go down a hill and back up a hill, it's just straight across, because that's basically what this is. It's kind of like a marsh, I guess, is down there. But now on to the left side of it, and at one point I'm going to turn the camera and you'll see it. So you could see that they had been cutting it. So I'm assuming that the students have an opportunity to go down there and play frisbee or something. I really have no idea. But seeing this walking trail and seeing the seating area and how there are lights or lamps all the way down. See that right there, how you can tell that they're keeping the area cut so that the students could go down and utilize the area. And I also did my best with trying to not get any students on film, not their faces anyways, because I don't want any type of issues with that. But with this walking trail, there is seating all the way down it. There are lamps or lights all the way down it, which is a peace of mind for a parent who is looking at campuses along with their child in order to make a decision on the best school for their child. And so for colleges, because I'm not, if you're unaware, colleges have day classes as well as night classes. And so to see that this walking trail had lamps every few feet, that gives peace of mind, as well as all of the seating area, which means that if people need assistance, and there are times when, you could be out exercising or running or walking or whatever, and you need an opportunity to take a break, catch a breath, and get back to it. And so to be able to see all of those seating areas and the lamps and lights and all of that, and then they had these trash cans all along it as well, which lets you know that they do a good job with trying to keep up the property. And so as you can see that I'm getting to this student housing facility. Now, this is not the only student housing. This as I'm getting ready to stop and talk to a student here, she explains to me that this is for upperclassmen, because she said they had to have quite a bit of hours. She didn't really express how many hours, but she said a lot of hours. So, of course, it's for upperclassmen. Okay, so I'm assuming freshmen live in another area on campus, but that's okay. That's how most schools are. Freshmen get placed in one specific student housing, dormitory type of situation, and then upperclassmen get an opportunity to live in the newer, more modern, updated facilities. Do you need to go to the doctor and don't have insurance? Do you need dental work or eyeglasses? Look no further. I have medical plans that start at $0. Click the link below to see your options. And so as I finished speaking with the student, I was able to actually walk the entire circle because it appears as if this student housing is in a circle. Now, the young lady that I spoke with also told me that there is a athletic facility behind this student housing, and I'll kind of show you the entrance or how to get over to that once I get to it. But so, yeah, I made my way into the circle in order to, first of all, I'm warming up. Second of all, I'm looking at the facility. That little piece right here, I don't really know what that is. It looks like it could be for a hammock, but I'm really not for certain because I've never experienced something that looks like that. And being able to see the facility, and you could also see how it is separated. So it's like each hall is separated by stairwells. So that glass piece that I just showed you was like the stairwell. This here is like the student housing, and it more than likely accommodates 2 to 4 people, I'm assuming, because it looks like this part would be the common area, then the other 2 sides were where they would sleep, the actual dorm room, I guess you would call it, or the room where the beds are. That little black piece there is like for stairwell, and you see that pretty much every other building. The buildings also had names on each building, and we'll get to that point to where you can see that very clearly. But right now, I can't make out any of the names on these buildings. All right, so we're here at the place now where you would go in order to get to the athletic facility. You go through that area right there in order to go to the athletic facility that's behind this here student housing. Okay, so that one had a name, and again, these clear looking pieces look like they were stairwells. Okay, this one says Munchu, so I'm assuming Munchu Hall is the name of that particular facility. So yeah, you see how the students were walking right then. That's kind of like the stairwell and connection for each of the buildings. And yeah, it was really interesting to see it, and it allowed me an opportunity to see how other schools across the state look as far as student housing and that sort of thing. So in this one here, I cannot see what that says. Leanne Hall. Again, that clear there is like stairwell and the connection between each hall. And that one looked like April Hall. Not for certain, but that's okay, because I mean, this is for educational purposes only, right? All right, so we get to see the facility, and it looks like it's 4 levels up. And I'm closing out of the circle and making my way back to the conference. Now, I also wanted to say, if you see these bicycles over here on the side, because what I also saw was the students would go in through these doors here on the side of each external building. So it's one on this side, one on the opposite side. But the students has an opportunity to utilize bicycles, and they also have a bicycle ramp, basically, to store their bicycles so that they're not cluttering up the dormitory, and they're not concerned about anybody stealing them. That's also a good thing. And then you see the parking lot to the right, and I'm walking back across the trail. Now, I'm here for a conference. This conference is for financial services and how to assist our students across well, really for the state of Arkansas, because I do live and work in the state of Arkansas for college. And so we're all here working to better assist our students and our student population. And each student population, the demographics are different. Every school doesn't require the same thing. All schools don't offer the same thing. Some schools are 2-year institutions, some are 4, some are private, some are public, some are community colleges. It's all, and they all don't offer the same thing. And one of the things that really, really stood out to me during this conference was we need to do I'm not going to say we need to do a better job, but we definitely need to continue to push and increase speaking to our students about applying for scholarships and how the scholarships from ADHE, Arkansas Department of Higher Ed, or the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, how the funding is increasing for the scholarships that are being offered by ADHE. And so that's something I know will be definitely encouraging our students more at my own school institution to continue to do, which is apply for ADHE scholarships. Apply for scholarships because scholarships are free. Those are that's funding that you don't have to pay back, whereas loans you do have to pay back. And we're also always trying to help our students understand that you have to pay a loan back, and it's easy to get it because there are no credit checks, but it's hard to get it off your credit when you do default. Okay, so yeah. I've made my way back to the building, and I'm getting back to the entrance of the conference so that I can at least see the rest of enjoy the rest of the conference. I mean, at this point, this is really a lunchtime type of hour. This is not, I haven't missed anything per se. So, that's not the thing. It's lunchtime, and we all need to be walking our food down. And so as I'm walking over, this here is just telling you what it is. It's the ASFA Spring Conference, and one of our meetings was in the alumni room upstairs. Okay, so this here gives some information about scholarships and the scholarships that are affected. And this is a part of the actual facility. And I really fell in love with the balloon arches that they have strategically placed all over the building, the conference center. Now, and those appear to be like some Greek gods or something. I don't really know why they were on the wall, but I'm pretty sure they have some kind of importance. And this is the Walker Conference Center. And so now this table here, from the people in the morning when we first got there, we walked up and we got our signed in, registered, whatnot, and got our name badges and went into the door. Here I'm just talking to the people from the state lottery, Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, I think is what it is, or I don't know, ADHE. And I was asking them about some specific things, some giveaways that they had placed on the table, but it appears that they were all gone. So, it is what it is. You win some, you lose some, and okay. So I walked away, and because I wasn't able to get any more of the giveaways that they had. And so this is our lunch that they fed us, and we're getting a good view of the menu. And So we had tacos for life catered. So of course those are tortillas, and it also showed you that we had gluten-free options as well as vegetarian options. Okay. And so you see that there is a vegetable medley with zucchini, squash, and eggplant, and rice, and all that good stuff. And then we had of course, the chips in order to make some nachos, if that's what you wanted, with the beef and the chicken. Now that there looks like the cheese has started burning, but that's okay. And you also had the lettuce, cheese, guacamole, pico de gallo, salsa, and sour cream. Those were our toppings. It wasn't a bad lunch at all. It was actually really good. And then this space here also indicated where some additional sessions were and what the topics were during the conference. And I got a chance to see another balloon arch. It is and again, when I tell you, yes, I just love the decorative pieces. Honey, make me feel important. Okay. And then our desserts from the lunch. We had cheesecake, but you could do whatever you wanted with it. You could put strawberries, you could put blueberries, and you could do caramel. Do you know someone that's experienced cancer and their quality of life changed? They ended up having to sell their home, sell their property. Guess what? There's an insurance policy that can keep you from having to lose all of your things that you work so hard for. Click the link in bio so that we can get you some coverage today. Okay. So now these are a couple of our sponsors, the Arkansas Student Loan Authority, and they had some giveaways. They had chocolate, some chapstick, and then they was also doing $50 gift cards, and that's some information on the Arkansas Student Loan Authority. And then Ernest is student loans. That was also a sponsor. And they had some information as well. Those pens there are phone holders. And then we got some coloring pencils for the little people. We always have to make sure that the little people are taken care of when they come with their parents to get their business taken care of. College Ave is also a loan. Student loan is probably more than likely going to be private student loans, but it gives our students options aside from just the Sally Mae loans. And then Citizens Bank was also a sponsor, in which Citizens Bank has scholarships, and that's something we'll definitely be encouraging our students at my school to apply to, because they're giving away $55,000 in scholarships every year. So, and I want my students at my school to start capitalizing on that, because again, scholarships is free money. That's something you don't have to worry about paying back like you do with a loan. So yes, I'm definitely going to encourage the students at my school to apply for a scholarship. And then I won bingo, y'all. So thank y'all so much for checking with me.